I have Senator Mary Siri Carney. You have 8 minutes, Senator.
Thank you very much, Cathaoirleach. And I want to particularly welcome the guests here in the gallery today. I want to begin with Lord Iveagh, Ned, and to welcome him, and also the friends of the Iveagh Market, David Delaney, Noel Fleming, famous of Noel's Deli in Meath Street, who are really good for jammy dodgers as well as ice cream, James Madigan, Kim Olin, and Kieran Doyle O'Brien, and also my own husband David Carney, who was christened in St Nicholas of Myra on Francis Street, and whose family hail from Francis Street, and who themselves had a stall in the market. The people, the extraordinary intervention and grace of the Guinness family and the first Earl of Iveagh to Dublin and to the people of the Liberties in the St Patrick's Park, in the entire Liberty Trust, and all of the housing that's there. And we have, you know, I suppose there's so many. As I grew up, I'm from a brewery man and brewery family, so all of my family worked in Guinnesses, and so we knew people. You know, Iveagh Gardens lived in. So there was an extraordinary investment into the people of Dublin. And as part of that, because the markets that were there, the Earl of Iveagh built the Iveagh markets as a gift to the people in the Liberties to have their market and to continue their market under the stewardship of Dublin Corporation, and it should have remained thus. It has been over 30 years now without any activity in it. Dublin City Council or Dublin Corporation, in their wisdom, allowed an arrangement of tendering for a 500-year lease to a potential developer who did nothing except to criminally undermine the structure of that facility. There are elements of it that are inexplicably gone. There are trenches in it that completely undermine it, and it is just about standing there. It is extraordinary that it has survived the winter, and thankfully it has. But I don't know how many more winters it will cover. And I know that there are actions going on, but my fear is we're going to get caught up now in a report and a report and a report, and in the meantime, until the day comes that it has collapsed altogether, and then there will be a lot of hand-wringing and wailing about what is lost. And the people of the Liberties deserve their market. If this was any other city, I've been to the market in Barcelona. You know, we have the market, the English market in Cork. Other markets are preserved. They're beautifully living, breathing spaces for the community in which they're situated, for the city and country in which they find themselves. And the heritage and the history of that is preserved and held, and it is a living space. There is no reason why the Iveagh markets couldn't be exactly the same in what is an extraordinary part of our city. You know, the Liberties, it stands for everything that embodies the spirit of us Dubliners. It really does. It is an absolute disgrace that it is standing there so neglected. And I'm very grateful to Lord Iveagh for the moves that he took to absolutely stimulate a final response in all of this 2 years ago in taking control and reminding Dublin Corporation and its successor in Dublin City Council that there is a covenant there that is for the people of Dublin under their stewardship. So what are they doing? What have they done? You know, while I'm mindful of litigation and all of the rest that's going on, and I won't address that, but the fact is that they, as local authorities, are the frontline guardians of our heritage in the area over which they preside. And they have presided over a disgrace since that market closed its doors. It is an absolute disgrace. To walk around it is the stuff of tears. To see it's absolute, and I mean, we have reports, there have been reports on it, that it is currently unsafe. It is, and I am very grateful to Ned, who brought many of us public representatives around the market, and he was very good. He didn't oblige us to wear a hard hat. We probably were lucky, but it's in an advanced state of dereliction. And it doesn't take an awful lot of imagination to imagine what could be. And we have a really good example, and the Friends of the Iveagh Market have brought me through the experience of Kilmainham Mill, where there was engagement with the local community. There is that preservation, there is that work. And where are we at? Well, we're at a very advanced stage of an extraordinary preservation of heritage, of the story of a community, the story of generations. That's what we need here. And I know that you have visited. I know that you have done work, and I know that you've engaged. And but I am imploring you, either under this Act or in some other, to oblige urgent action. It's not okay for the City Council to commission a report that will take forever. In the meantime, that building will be gone, and a piece of Dublin will be gone, and a piece of Ireland will be gone that we don't deserve to lose. It cannot be only in the mind's eye of, amongst the people in the gallery, there are people who conduct tour guides of the Liberties and walk and have them and capture the most extraordinary history of our state. You can't move an inch in the place without feeling the history of the people. And they need to be able to proudly walk visitors, the local community, the Irish people into the Iveagh Market, because that is the legacy of the Guinness family and their investment in employment and in housing and in everything that they've done for the City of Dublin. That is the legacy, but we as a people, when it was gifted to us, we as those who preside in the governance of our state, we have an obligation to respond to that wholeheartedly in everything that's encapsulated in your bill. Everything that is. And thank you. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator. Thank you for that. Thank you.